Hola, buenos días, soy Nico.
I can't stand that dusty, dirty ass, funky body. How you a crackhead and a sissy, bitch? Pick a strut.
And today, as you can see, I'm in a different location and I'm filming on the fly because I had a flight yesterday. I only really got 2 hours of sleep yesterday. I then ended up in the club because my friend had a section with bottle service yesterday. Nico, it was a long ass day. And as you can probably tell, I am tired, but I am here to finish my work week. Today, we are actually talking about something that's fairly serious, and I feel like a lot of relationships tend to go through this, especially nowadays when everybody's stressed out through social media, stressed out through the economy, etc., and then they begin to let their relationship issues flood out onto the timeline. Today we are talking about real Prince Tay, I think real Prince Tay, blasting Raypotts on social media. Basically, if you did not know, before we get started, if you like this kind of content, make sure to follow me on patreon.com/Nicosaesthetics for more exclusive lives, weekly videos to be a part of the podcast, which airs every Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I think. The last video I said I don't understand what the other time zone is because I'm from CDT, and somebody said Eastern Standard. I think just check it out. It's on all streaming platforms. But now that I'm done plugging, let's get back to the actual video. So, a brief history on Real Prince Tay. To my knowledge, he has not been in a lot of public social media drama. If anything, he's just one of the popular Black OnlyFans girls. Very beautiful, very pretty man. He has a very soft voice too when he's bottoming, so it's very alluring. I actually find him very attractive. So this isn't like shade or hate. The only thing I remember from him prior was when he explained his history with how he identified as gay and the trauma he went through in his family. And some people were talking about it. I don't believe I covered that story because at the end of the day, that boy was expressing his trauma and he was trying to sort through his sexuality based on what he went through as a child. So I don't think I directly covered that video because when it comes to certain things like that, I'm just like, I'm not going to touch that. That's a personal thing you need to solve within yourself. Me making a video about it, not going to help nobody. So the other party in this conversation is Raypotts, and we all know who Raypotts is. If you watch my videos, I've talked about his situation with Savage Momo, how he shamed him for doing unprotected scenes once they broke up and started slut shaming him. I've talked about how he sent that video to his friend of Anthony Uncensored painting him, Anthony from Bad Boys Club. And then it got leaked on the internet, so that was his part in it. And he said that he saved the video just in case he needed ammunition. Fights, random fights. But Raypotts had actually DM'd me a couple of weeks ago, and he was actually asking me to take those videos down because he said he felt like he was being judged unfairly and that people aren't taking the time to get to know him. And in those situations where you blatantly did something on social media and everybody talked about it, I don't feel the need to take the video down. I understand if I like put your personal information on blast because some performers have reached out to me and I kind of edited that out of the video just because it is an invasion of privacy. But for this, you willingly put all of this online, you did interviews about it, etc. So there's no reason for me to take it down. But in this particular situation, it did make me sit down and realize this boy, he may not be able to handle like certain stressful situations well, and he goes off the deep end, but clearly he knows that he is being judged for his actions and he's trying to change. At least that's what I got from him reaching out to me and asking me to do something on my end to help. So when this situation happened, I sat on it for a little bit. I don't necessarily know if he responded. If he did, if he went left field, throw this video out. But for this particular situation, Real Prince Tay basically put him on blast saying that Raypotts is on substances and that he fell out with him the last time because he was going overboard and acting a fool. And Raypotts came to him later saying that he changed because he almost passed away from his activities and that scared him straight. And Tay said, okay, I'll take you back. We can try again, but I want you to stop first talking to me crazy. And second, stop talking to people that you know I do not know. Stop telling them we're dating. Stop telling them we're talking, because you don't have a filter. You're just telling people I don't like things that I don't want them to know. And my thing is, it's pretty obvious that they're dating and talking because they were posting selfies like we went on a date and cuddled up and booed up and stuff like that. But it's what I had an issue with in this dialogue is that he's putting Raypotts on blast for alleged substances, but at the same time, you did not have an issue with these quote unquote substances when you were dating him, when y'all were actively courting, because you said this is the second time around. So now that y'all are done, you're calling him a crackhead and you're saying that he's trying out and that you're putting his business out in the open. But while y'all were dealing with each other, this activities, this behavior, it was perfectly fine until it reached the peaking point. So when it comes to putting addiction and someone's habits like that on blast, it's a slippery slope for me, because I understand the struggle with addiction. I didn't personally suffer with it, but I have people in my family that have suffered with it. So it's an up and down hill. And if you're engaging with this person and you're still talking to this person, because he didn't necessarily say he cut him off, he just said stop telling people that we're dating and talking, that means you're still entertaining these shenanigans. So to put him on blast like that, it wasn't really necessary in my personal opinion. But at the same time, if he is saying detrimental things about you, if he is ruining your name in the streets, if he's talking to people about personal information that you don't want out, I definitely understand cutting him off and or clapping back. But going straight to calling him a crackhead when you quote unquote did not have an issue with him being a quote unquote crackhead beforehand, I don't get it. But also, I want to reemphasize, there is no proof that Raypotts is on substances. Nico, the same thing that happened when Malik Joseph called Elijah Wilde a meth head, I cannot sit up here and condone that because I cannot prove that. So I'm not going to sit up here and act like I have that information and confirm it for you guys. So take that part with a grain of salt. But as a whole, if he is suffering with substances, I wish the best for him. If anything, I wish Tay did not bring this to social media, because now there's already a stigma with OnlyFans performers. And as soon as you say the word substances or addiction, that's going to last with them until the end of time. People are not going to let that one go. But I definitely want to hear your opinions down below. How do you feel about the situation where Tay basically entertained Raypotts, he dated Raypotts, they were talking, they were seen having unprotected, super happy adult fun time? Nico, why'd you say that? Because Raypotts was shaming Savage X Momo, Savage Momo X, whatever his name is, for having unprotected scenes, but he been busting and gutting and nutting inside of Tay in every video that I've seen pop up. But anyways, how do you feel about entertaining someone and their habits and their addictions, but as soon as y'all fall out, you want to put them on blast? Because that's what I'm reading from this scenario. Because first time around, you saw what was happening. Second time around, you saw what was happening, and then you finally said, okay, I'm just gonna put you on blast. How do you feel about Raypotts trying to clear his name for the most part? Because when he reached out to me, at first it was like, you better take those down, and I was like, don't threaten me. And then and then he came forward with like a more, I'm just trying to get people to see I'm not as bad as a person as my actions may make it seem. Because yes, I can react wildly to disrespect, but it's not like I'm just out here beating on people. And that's one thing I can say about Raypotts. Yes, he's had his incidents where he's wildly disrespectful to the people he's had altercations with, but it's very rare that I just see like, oh, it's a big fight and Raypotts is a part of it. Because the last big fight that happened in ATL, I remember I specifically saw Raypotts walking away before they all started fighting each other. So the man is clearly trying to change, but at the same time, this is a messy situation that involves personal relationships. But I definitely want to hear your opinions down below. I'll see you guys next time.